This is fantastic. This is why we come out here. As near as we can tell, there's some sort of crazy storm blowing in that was nowhere on any forecast. I mean, you can see how bad it's blowing the tarp. This is crazy. Steps everywhere. This is really, really nice. Really nice.
I never even had heard there was a spectacular one up here.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a great one up here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vista Ventures. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Dave.
And today we find ourselves at Cowans Gap State Park here in Pennsylvania. It is a crisp October morning on a Saturday, and today we're actually starting out on a trail we're really excited about. The Standing Stone Trail, which is actually part of the Great Eastern Trail, which runs from Alabama all the way up through New York. I think it's like 1,700 miles, right, Dave?
That's right.
All right, so this is an 84-mile section. This will be the longest hike we have ever done to date, so pretty excited. A little bit anxious, but I think we've got the confidence that we're going to be able to pull this off and really enjoy ourselves. Should be a lot of beautiful scenery, great vistas. So with that, we're going to get on the trail and start our 84-mile journey. We start out here at the park and walk right along the lake. Follow what's also the Lakeshore Trail. It actually goes right by a little campground. On the other side where the Tuscarora Trail comes through, there's walk-in tenting. So if we ever decide to get real crazy and rip that one off, that'll be something we probably consider. Oh yeah, we've made it. The Cowans Gap overlook. This is beautiful. So, around about 20 minutes ago,
we were down there.
We were down there doing the lake walk, right along the lake here at Cowans Gap. Beautiful state park. All right, 2 miles in. We got 8 miles to go to Route 522 and 4 to the Todd Trail. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Here's yet another vista. This is what we were excited for this trail. Get up on top of the ridge and just walk and see things like this. Yeah, this is really neat, walking through stuff like this. Really what I was expecting on the Standing Stone, and it is not disappointed. Okay, we've come out to Slanted Rock Viewpoint, which looks like it's just right out the trail. So, looking forward to that. This is looking to the north. The western view. South is nothing but Dave.
South is nothing but Dave. That's not true. There's a pretty nice view to the south.
And then over here to the east, we got the sun coming through the clouds back there. This is definitely worth the small side trail to do this. Definitely suggest dropping the packs is what we did, because it is a pretty gnarly little climb to get up here, but as you can see,
very worth it.
Completely worth it. Oh, careful.
Lost her.
Careful. They've almost bought the farm there.
Rocks are moving a good bit.
As you can tell, some pretty serious bouldering we got into on this little section. Holy crap. This is intense. And turning
Really, slowed our roll down pretty good.
And turning around, it continues. So, kind of hoping to get out of this so we can hike faster, because we're going super slow right now because there's no other option. Alright, so one thing we've noticed about the Standing Stone so far is they certainly aren't afraid to put up signage and blazing, and we're very appreciative of that. So, Cowans Dam, 6 miles. We've got 6 miles under our belt. Route 522, 4 miles to go. Okay, we just passed the sign. 2.4 miles to Route 522, and here's 9-mile run. Excellent flowing little stream. We just crossed the beginnings of it probably a mile and a half ago. Okay, as soon as you come out of the woods back there, heading northbound, you'll hang a right and just walk up this road. And as we suspected, there's an underpass here that will cross underneath the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And we're coming up to Route 522. Again, great signage giving us the mileage to Ramsey Path and Three Springs. 15 miles. We'll be coming in there tomorrow.
We'll come 9.2.
We're going to boogie across the road. Then we're going to start hiking along 522 for a little ways. There's it's a little hard to see behind those trees, but there's a pretty sizable mountain there that I think that might be the one we're heading for.
So off of 522, you get on kind of a driveway, walk down and cut along this fence, nice little grass path, and straight to your elementary jungle gym. Evidently this is the way to get over there, so Caleb's gonna demonstrate for us.
This is apparently the sanctioned method.
By God, is he nimble.
Oh my.
So yeah, you don't want to get on the fence there, so this is their solution. Alright, well, we right around 10 miles in now. Stopped and had lunch, got our feet aired out, pulled a tick out of my arm, so yeah, even if it's getting a little colder, you gotta watch for that. Stopped and filtered some water. We're heading up a hill now. We seem to be following the stream. There should be water at the top, but it was a nice easy spot to get to, so we figured it wouldn't hurt to have another couple liters. Weather couldn't be any better today. We did a lot of road walking and walking out in kind of the open, so a little bit overcast, so we didn't get fried, but it was a little warmer than we were expecting, honestly. Tomorrow I don't think that's going to be the case, but
No, I don't think it's going to be the case at all.
we'll cross that bridge when it gets here.
We've made it to the Ramsey Path, which you can take down to the road. I think that's for people to day hike up in here. Here, heading up to Monument Rock. I think I've seen a couple pictures of, and excited to see that. Okay, just starting out from up the Ramsey Path there. There is a nice spring coming down, so if you needed water, you could. I think it's seasonal though, so just be aware of that. But we've had plenty of rain this summer, so it's flowing really nice. We're just in this cut through the mountain here, and we're just surrounded by rocks on both sides. It's pretty neat. All right, almost there. Monument Rock. It's just a small side trail off of the standing stone. All right, folks. Look at this. This isn't even it, but oh my. This is just beautiful.
Beautiful.
Holy crap. Look at that. Sun freaking just shining. Bright blue sky. Oh my. This is fantastic. Here we are. Monument Rock. Sure looks like a monument. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Let me try to back around here so that I'm not getting, even though it's glorious, that sun shining through there, so you guys can see it a little better. There you go. I'm gonna crawl over there next to it, Dave. Give the folks at home some scale.
Sure.
It is a pretty large, impressive rock. There's Dave, about 6 foot.
I think you need 6'8" handsome.
And it's another 6 foot over him. Awesome. This is spectacular. All right, from that sign down there, we'll actually turn and hike up this bad boy. Pretty nice views from up here.
Definitely not too bad.
I'll take it. Now, hike up the other side. I'm sure it's gonna be nice over there. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Time to keep booking.
All right, so we have found what we think is going to be camp for the night. Caleb ran up the road here. It's a couple hundred yards. He's seeing if there's anything better. This is kind of a parking lot. I think it's just off state game lands. Just. So, kind of hoping there's something a little better up there. But if not, this will work. It's open here for my tent. And he found some trees that'll make it work. So, at the very least, we're not going to be hiking in the dark.
All right, so update. Right now we're huddled underneath my tarp, which is getting blown every freaking where.
Things are getting wild.
As near as we can tell, there's some sort of crazy storm blowing in that was nowhere on any forecast. I mean, you can see how bad it's blowing the tarp. This is crazy. On every forecast we saw a chance of showers today and like minimal.
Yeah,
and this is just
like scattered showers, not getting the hell under cover.
This is just crazy wind. Holy crap. I mean, right here the tarp is freaking against my head back here. I had it stretched as taut as I could get, and it's just crazy. The wind we're dealing with right now. Holy crap.
This is why you always check for your widowmakers.
Yes. Yes. Wind like this.
You can't just say, wow, they wasn't calling for a storm, because it wasn't calling for a storm.
Yeah.
So we're getting one.
It just blew in. So we're gonna hunker down here as best we can and try to get supper in us and just see what happens, but holy crap.
Hopefully the tarp tent don't take flight while I'm in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. Holy crap, I'm hoping my tarp doesn't take flight, or
Yours I'm more worried about than mine, man.
Or I'll be in your tarp tent with you. Holy crap. Alright, well we're hoping this blows through quick, because this is bad.
Hopefully see you on tomorrow, folks.
Yeah, wish us luck. Alright, good morning everybody. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, October 21st. Fortunately we survived the night after those hellacious winds. died down pretty good for most of the night. I mean, there was definitely some pretty high wind in spurts. The rest of the night would wake me up periodically, but nothing near as bad as what we were dealing with when we were trying to make supper. So we got a 6-mile road walk to start the day, so that'll be exciting, but it'll be really easy to rip the miles on that, so that won't be bad. And I think according to the map, we got about 16 miles total to get from here to where we're going, the Butler Knob shelter, which looks like a great shelter. Looks like the volunteers and stuff that built that did a great job, so we're definitely looking forward to camping there tonight. Okay, we just got started, came down over the hill from our stay up here at the parking lot, and I want to let you guys know there is a spring on up the hill a little bit, and there's also a spring right here. Comes down. It's where we filled up last night. It's not superb. You might suspect it might dry up in drier times, but fortunately right now it was just what we needed. Shortly after that spring brings you back out onto the power line for a nice morning vista. Very nice. Alright, off to the road. 3 Springs, 6 miles.
I made it down to the road.
Alright, we've finally made it. Borough of 3 Springs. Looks like there's a little diner here. Needed to get a bite to eat. And we made it to downtown 3 Springs. And right up there is the mini mart we've been after. Looking forward to getting in there out of the wind for a little while. Hopefully get a little bit of something to eat. Alright folks, we just got done with the road walk. Pretty freaking excited about that. It was easy to rip the miles, but at the end of the day,
it wasn't real exciting.
It was just pounding on the pavement. But did stop there at that mini mart in 3 Springs, and that was fantastic. I mean, they had tables in there. You could sit down, add all kinds of beverages, milk, hot chocolate, Gatorade, Powerade. Had lots of beef jerky, granola bars of all kinds. They actually had some semi-small packs of lunch meat there if you really wanted to get crazy and make yourself a sandwich. And I think they had some pre-made sandwiches too, didn't they, Dave?
Yeah, they had a few.
They had a couple pre-made sandwiches and ice cream and things of that nature. So that was good. Definitely worth the stop there to swing in, just kind of sit down for a little while. We kind of ate half our lunch there because it was early and we didn't want to have to sit down out here in the wind and eat it. But so that was great. Definitely recommend the mini mart there in 3 Springs. So with that, we're gonna start the long climb. I think it's 2.5 miles up here to the top of Jack's Mountain. So it'll be exciting, but it should keep us warm. So we're looking forward to that. All right, we have made it to the top of Jack's Mountain. Got this section here, looks like they clear cut or something, have fenced off to keep the deer out. So we found this nice pull off here on the way up. We're pretty much at the top, I think. Now I think it's just gonna roll across. And we hadn't got to air our feet out at the mini mart, obviously, because we weren't gonna do that. But I thought it was important to do that. And it's pretty nice up here. It's still chilly, of course, but
without that wind, it'd be beautiful.
Yeah, the sun's out and it's gorgeous other than the wind. The wind is making it somewhat miserable, but nothing like it was earlier today, that's for freaking sure, because we were really questioning life itself at one point. But hopefully that's behind us. We're still on the road, trucking along. And out here ahead of us, see the mountain that we're gonna climb. Somewhere up there is the shelter. There's a couple radio towers. Zoom in on that. That's another radio tower I zoomed in. But somewhere on the other side I think there's a fire tower as well, but it's closed off. But we can see the pinnacle now. All we gotta do is climb it. Okay, as you start your approach up toward the top of that mountain where all those radio towers, if I could talk, and stuff are at, there is water right here if you're heading northbound on the left side of the trail. They've got a nice sign here to designate it.
And a cairn.
And a cairn. It's right down here. Little spring house right there. Coming out right here. Looks good. Okay, at long last, we have arrived at the Butler Knob shelter. So that water back there we just showed you along the road is the last water that you're gonna have access to. Yeah, it says spring quarter. Over here they've got a sign here. It says spring quarter mile, which is that one back there that we showed you right off the road, which was very nice. Seems like it would be pretty reliable. Real nice campsite. They got a walk up here, so you can see. They got a bear hanger right here. Put your food bag on, which is very nice. And this shelter looks very well constructed. I think they just built this, what, 2010? Dave, do you remember?
Wasn't any before that, that's for sure. There's info in here, I might say.
Oh yeah, this is
Trail of the year 2016.
Oh. Yeah, they got a little poster in here going over that this was Trail of the Year 2016. They got a trail register here.
Newspaper for fire.
Shelf with some basic essentials on it, which is nice. It's a nice beam. Shelter was erected in the spring of 2011 by the Standing Stone Trail Club. Yeah, this is pretty new. It's a pretty new shelter. And they've got a fire ring right here, which is nice. Couple rocks there. A couple rocks to sit on. Dave's excited for the fire. And a picnic table. Picnic tables are always excellent additions. Alright, so we're just out here hanging the bear bags on their bear hanger. Never actually seen one done like this, but Dave's already done one, so he's a skilled professional at this point.
Yeah, as I miss. I can't really see. Is that on?
I don't know. I guess. Yep, you got it. Good job, Dave. Killing it. Yeah, it's just got this big metal pole that you hook onto your bag and then take it up and hook one of the loops around one of those hangers. It's a little bit tricky, but we got it figured out.
See how getting them off goes.
Yeah, as long as we can get them off in the morning, or one of us will be shimmying up that pole. So that chore's done for the night, so we're gonna go back in the shelter and warm back up, because it ain't too freaking warm out here.
It is not.
Okay, everybody, it's officially bedtime here at the Butler Knob shelter. Overall, it was a fairly uneventful day. Not a whole lot to see since it was just mainly all road walking, but nevertheless, we got here plenty of time, like 4 o'clock, so we had a couple hours till dark, so that was nice. So now tomorrow we got right off the bat. I think 2.5 miles from here, we've got Hall of the Mountain King Vista and the Throne Room, which is supposed to be the best vista on the whole trail. So we're greatly looking forward to that. So with that, good night, guys. We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's right around 7 o'clock. I wanted to be up a little sooner than that, but just staying dark later, and it is cold this morning. It was cold last night, and it was cold this morning.
Good morning from the North Pole.
Yeah, Caleb thinks we hiked all the way to the North Pole. I told him we're not there yet, but he just won't listen. Being in shelter tonight, we don't have a whole lot to pack up, so we should be on the trail relatively quick, even with waking up a little later than usual.
All right, we made it to the top. That was a healthy climb early in the morning. Butler Knob, 2,320 feet. I believe it. First vista of the morning. It looks like it's going to be a good one. Oh yeah. How about that, folks? That is gorgeous. That mountain right there is the one we climbed up the side of yesterday, because we were seeing this knob that we're on right now as soon as we get up there to the top and started coming down. Really neat to be able to see where you've come from earlier in the trip. It's very nice. Great way to start the morning. Standing Stone Trail, Mapleton, 8.6 miles. Not bad. Okay, to give you guys a little bit of idea what we're doing right now, we have the most intense rock scramble across the top of a mountain I've ever been a part of. This is crazy. Look at this. Stowed the trekking poles because they're useless right here. This is just really, really neat.
Alright folks, it is really hard to get the enormity of what we're looking at into video. You almost just have to come here, because when you get up to the peak of this, I mean, you just gotta view the whole way around.
Okay folks, we have arrived the side trail to the Throne Room. Apparently that last awesome vista we showed you was Hall of the Mountain King. Did not see any signage, not saying that it wasn't there, and it might have got blowed over from all the high wind we've been dealing with the past couple days. It was certainly a heck of a vista to see. Alright, we're out here. I reckon it's the Throne Room, because I think the throne is sitting right over there behind that tree. Looking forward to getting out there and taking it in, because it looks like it's going to be a beautiful view, because it already is.
Alright, here it is. Sitting on the throne. The enormity of how much you can see is just ridiculous. Just doing a little bit of road walking on this state game lands road and having to look up on a tree and a decent sized hornet's nest up there. If you want to have a lot of fun, open and grab a hold of one of them and throw it at your buddy. Right, Dave?
We'll be doing that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not so bad. So we've really been into this section of trail since you dropped off Windy Vista. Definitely the nicest, I'd say, since the first day. Just carve straight into the mountain. That's what we're used to here in PA. And you get these little micro vistas along the way, which is always a nice touch.
Big shout out to the trail maintainers of this section. This would have been a pretty freaking gnarly descent. They've got all these rocks laid out in a step format, which is
Made it a lot easier.
made it way easier. So that is you can see that's a pretty good descent. As we spin you around, and we just keep going as the trail just keeps descending down to Mapleton. Alright, we're walking through Mapleton on our way to the post office for our resupply. Alright, so we just come into the Mapleton post office to do our resupply. Dave came and dropped our food off on Friday. So we each got a shoebox full of food. We do have these parcel lockers here that you're able to use because this post office is only open from like 7:30 to 11:30, so it's kind of hard to hit that. So we dropped it off ahead of time and got these parcel lockers, and then just able to return the keys in the local mail slot. So simple enough, and it only cost us like $7 to have it here.
$7 is all it was.
Certainly money well spent to not have to carry an extra 5 pounds of food.
Yep.
So we're gonna get our food bags stocked back up and keep on hammering. Alright, we're coming across the bridge from Mapleton, heading towards Route 22 before we begin our ascent of 1,000 steps.
Alright folks, right after you cross the bridge, all the way down there is a shelter. Just right on the other side of this little park, just out of Mapleton. And it has little primitive bathrooms here.
The bathroom, pavilion.
Pavilion. So if you're if you're on this trail, or if you're hiking the Great Eastern Trail, the whole thing, this would be a nice place to stop and actually take a break. You got the town over there. If your resupply had to be picked up in person, you didn't have a key, Mount Union's 4 miles down the road, so that'd be another good option for a resupply. And these bathrooms were a nice touch along the trail for what we're doing too.
Still on our approach to 1,000 steps, but this is a pretty neat section here with this big rock face just off to our left. Pretty cool.
To our right.
Pretty cool.
All right, at long last, we've made it here to the base. We've got a nice little kiosk here with all the contributors to the 1,000 steps. Steps everywhere. Kind of coming out on an exposed section of them right now. You want to make sure that you've got adequate water before you start this. All right, so we got to the top of 1,000 steps. Wasn't too bad. Definitely knew it was there, that's for sure. But we were able to climb that in about 30 minutes. I think we're coming out to the Dinky House. Well, other than all the graffiti, not sure what the story was behind this. It's my understanding that the 1,000 steps is had a limestone mine up here at the top, I think. And apparently the workers would climb those steps every day to go to work and then descend them every day to go home. That's pretty wild. It's always cool to see old structures like this along the trail and think of times past.
We're just buzzing along the top of the mountain here. Footage might get a little spotty from here on out. You know, we got that kind of an hour later start than we wanted. I mean, it was cold and dark for as long as it was. So we got to make up some ground here.
Just walking out along this ledge. This used to be the ledge quarry over here according to this sign.
There's a rail left.
This is a pretty nice vista here. Down there's Mapleton. Did a resupply. Train coming through. Nice.
Just a nice view.
It is a nice view. And the switchbacks just continue non-stop. But at least they're finally getting us up there. There for a while they were just very gradual. Taking forever. But I gotta tell you, that is nice. Oh my. Wow. Wow.
That's why we climb mountains, boys and girls.
That's right. Oh, look at that. Dave's embracing the awesomeness. Rightfully so. Oh my.
Beautiful sunset.
It is beautiful sunset.
Unfortunately.
Oh my.
That is a stellar view.
That is beautiful. That is
I
beautiful.
hope it's coming across on the camera as good as it is in
Yeah,
person.
because this is really, really nice. All right. Haven't made it to camp yet, but we're certainly getting closer. Here is Shorb Summit. There's supposed to be a camp with a seasonal spring. Just trying not to fall off that rock. Close by here. So there's Shorb Summit. Not a bad view.
Not at all.
Very similar to what we just saw a little bit ago, but very nice.
All right, folks. Things probably aren't showing up real well, and the reason for that is that in the last hour or so, things have gotten pretty wild here at Vista Ventures. And we're up on top looking for Jack's Mountain campsite. We found a sign that said Jack's Mountain Registered, had a mailbox there, and there was a little bit of a trail behind it that went back to what, I don't know, might have been able to pass for a stealth camp. Didn't look like there was any spring there. So we kept walking after that. Didn't find a sign for a campsite. We feel really good. We both have good headlamps, and we're actually on more or less an old logging road or something, old four-wheeler path maybe. so we just decided to keep going. There's water up here. We're not exactly sure how far we've come today. We had planned on 19, we're well past that, so we might be looking at ripping a new PR.
All right, everybody, so we found what we're gonna say passes for a camp.
Yeah,
it is it's not ideal for me in a tent or Caleb in a hammock or really anything, but we found water. The great news is that the weather is looking amazing. It's supposed to be like a 0% chance of rain, the low is only in the 40s, whereas, you know, last night it was low 30s. So those are all good things. We don't need an optimal camp setup to make that work. My only advice is that if you don't stay in Mapleton, load up with water, and when you get to Shorb Summit, the first campsite you see after that, just take it.
Yeah.
Or the first thing that looks like a campsite, because there wasn't anything up there that actually looked real great, but the further you go, the worse it gets. But either way, we'll see you in the morning.
Alright, good morning everybody. It's about 7:15. Slept okay here in this super sketchy setup. Alright, before I get everything packed up, I wanted to show you guys a little bit what I had going on last night. So this is the side of Stone Mountain, and Dave ended up sleeping down here on this roadbed with his tarp tent, which was the best place we could find for him. Unfortunately, there were no trees and close enough to the road to actually string up across there, so I had to end up scampering up the side of the mountain and just have a heck of an arrangement. These trees are really too close together. The tarp is and hammock are both almost touching the trees on either side. Honestly, Stone Mountain has had a ton of water on it so far. I mean, just springs and stuff coming out of the mountain, making a lot of the trail really wet. I'd still say your safest bet is to fill up with what water you think you're going to need down at the hard road before you start up Stone Mountain, just to be safe. Still in this bowl. Here's a better look at the boulders that are in this section. All covered in moss with the sun shining through. Prettiest section of trail we've seen today. Okay, we're coming out to the Game Lands road. And they got a sign here. So through road, 3.1 miles. Greenwood Furnace State Park 15. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to Thru Road. Here's the campsite. And water's 0.2 miles on down. And across from Thru Road. Not a huge site, but at least it's developed.
Just past that campsite, come to, I guess, the Three Sisters natural area. No camping here. It's got some boulders up here, right in the middle of a power line. This is the view right on the other side of that power line at the Three Sisters. It's always a little bit by lines running right over your head, but if you can get past that, you have a pretty nice view. Yeah, this is a pretty cool section. A little bit of rock climbing.
but not bad. There is a bypass to bypass this if you don't want to climb over all these rocks, but I would. Pretty cool.
We've come back out to Thru Road. That area is also apparently called the Rocky Ridge Natural Area. And down here we have the start of Thru Road, or the end, the Thru turnaround, 2.1 miles. 10.5 back to 655. And right here, we're back on Thru Road. So we've come to what's listed as a camp. Right up here, you can see the sign for it up there for the camping. I'm not going to go up there, but you know, it looks like it flattens out some. Hammock people could probably make something work out in here somewhere. But also on this sign is watermarked, seasonal and permanent. We're checking up the road here. Looks like there's a cut where there might be a little water. Looks like no one's going to have to go back. Right across the road here is a nice healthy little spring for this time of year. There was actually another one right before it, but this one's flowing a little better, so this is what we'll use. I wouldn't count on this if it's been dry though. So, still climbing this hill. It's graded pretty nice. It's not the worst climb in the world, but it is pretty significant. It's real long. You can see off to the sides that there should be some fantastic vistas when we get up to the top. Which I'm hoping is the next couple of minutes. Yeah, we've been climbing a while.
And just like that, we're at the top. At least to Allensville Road. That's good. I'm glad we were able to make it up here in one push. We've made it to the Hawk Watch.
You guys head towards Greenwood?
Sure are.
You want to get there by dark or stop somewhere?
Stop somewhere in between.
You know there's no water, right?
Yep. This is Saucer's stone pile here. Get you over here to the sign. Saucer's pile. Well, Saucer, you have an incredible thing going on here. In a little here. Hope the wind's not destroying the sound too bad. We're getting blown around a good bit, but it's worth it. It's worth it for a view like this. Here's just the view from the other end of this stone pile. Out on it, the wind was, it was literally pushing us back. And I'm a 225, 230 pound man, so it's pretty severe out there. This ledge that we've been walking on is only like 15, 20 foot wide for the most part, so we're hoping wherever we come to camp is a little wider than that. Where it might be a little bit of a rough night if this wind keeps up. So after the wall, we drop down to the back side of this mountain, which is a lot more protected from the winds. Pretty section of trail through here. We're hoping there's a place to camp here before we get up to Willie's window.
Alright, we made it to the Willie's window register, so we know from here on out there's not going to be any good camping opportunities. So this is Willie's window vista, which is okay, but certainly seen far better on this trail. So with that, we're gonna head back the way we came, and right now we're thinking probably the best place is gonna be camp on that flat right behind the wall. It seemed to be the most protected area, so that's what we're gonna shoot for. Okay, so we made it back to where the trail comes down from the wall. It's literally right there. As you can see, we've got that ledge. It's kind of protecting us from the wind coming from that way. So we got here, and we've looked around as best we can for any widowmakers and for dead trees. There is a couple, but we've tried to minimize that as much as possible. The biggest ones.
A lot less than half a mile out.
Yes, for sure.
Every tree was dead.
Yeah, there was tons because the wind could whip across there a lot easier. So this is going to be nice. I think Dave's going to set up right in here. And then I'm going to sling out between this tree and this tree right here with the hammock. And I'm thinking in the morning I'm going to be able to wake up to a view right out through this hole of the sunrise. And I'm pretty excited about it.
All right, so we've got everything mostly set up. Got some clothes drying out. Caleb's got his hammock set up. Found a really nice place for my tent. Trail's close, but not right on it. The wind seems to have died down just a little bit, so we're hoping that's blowing past. But even if not, we feel pretty protected in here. I don't know about his hammock. Looks like he's got a pretty good setup on it. I'm real confident that my tent's going to be able to handle anything the night might throw at us. So we're looking forward to relaxing tonight. Didn't get to do that any last night, and it'll sure be nice. Sure be nice to do tonight.
Alright, so at Dave's suggestion, I said, why don't we go up to the wall, watch the tail end of the sunset. And Dave, I think it was a good idea. Good thinking. So we're just going to sit here and enjoy the twilight and finish off supper. Beautiful way to end the day. Alright, everybody. So today was a pretty successful day. We were able to get actually 3 miles ahead of schedule thanks to our long night hike the other night, ripping off a 23-mile day, which was a new PR, so that was pretty wild. Found camp just right below the wall, which worked great. Dave's got a pretty good spot, and I've got an awesome hang here, way better than both of our setups are way better than last night. So we're really fortunate there, and the wind has died down a lot from what it was. And we're set up on the back side of the mountain, so it's keeping us pretty well protected anyway. I think we've got about 14 more miles to go, and then we will have successfully completed our 84-mile through hike of the Standing Stone Trail, which would be our longest to date. So we're definitely looking forward to that, and looking forward to what else the trail has to offer us tomorrow. So with that, I think we're going to hit the hay. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for day 5.
Morning, everybody. It's a little after 6 o'clock. Still a little nippy out. Last night wasn't bad, but about 4 o'clock this morning, got a little cold. Had a chill, which I guess is normal. Reports from the tree taco over there said it was the same way. So we're going to come out to a few vistas here right off the bat. Pretty excited about all that. Then I think in about a little over 5 miles we're going to hit the Turkey Trail, and after that every step will be a PR. So we're pretty excited for that. Not a bad view to wake up to. Sun poking over the mountain, coming up through the trees.
Okay, we're coming out to Little Vista. Other than Willie's windows, our first vista of the day. Little Vista. Greenwood Furnace, 7 miles. Oh yeah.
Just nice open woods along the ridge top here. Still not real wide across this point, so you know, when the wind gusts up, it still gets us, but it's pretty nice walking so far.
So right along the trail, found this old structure. Bench in here.
Had a roof at one point.
Huh.
Fireplace or what it is out the back.
Yeah. Don't know what this used to be. Old trapper's cabin or something, but really neat.
Alright, we're coming out to the power line here, expecting it to be somewhat of a vista. It's awfully rocky through here, so I'm kind of watching my step. If the camera work just got a little wonky there, I apologize. Much like we thought. That's pretty nice, and I'm not even up in the middle of it yet. Yeah, that is.
That's nice.
It's an artificial view, but it sure is a nice one.
Excellent balance.
Excellent balance.
So we are a half mile from the Stone Valley Vista, 2.5 miles from Greenwood Furnace, and even more importantly for us, this is the intersection with the Turkey Trail. So every step from here on out is further than we have ever gone on a backpacking trip.
As we slice through this mountain laurel, come out here and are rewarded with a really nice vista. Very nice. Yeah, and there's another one up right up here, Dave says. Okay, here is Stone Valley Vista. There's the trail register for it. Down there, there's Dave looking all triumphant. And I spy down there, Lake Greenwood Furnace.
2 miles from it.
That's where we're headed. Excellent. All right, at long last, we have made it. We've made it down to Greenwood. So Dave, gawking around, looking for where we need to go, just went ahead and tramped right in that puddle. Oh, let's get a good look at him. Oh my goodness gracious. Dave, what are you thinking? Oh, we weren't even supposed to cross. We're idiots. It's over here. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Stepped in a puddle for no reason.
Well, at least we did. Well, at least we did that so Dave could step in that puddle. All right. Don't see any other signage. I'm just going to continue straight. Basically, you just kind of follow that road down, and you'll see this walking path to get on. And then you'll come over, and you'll cross the road again, and right over there, you'll see on that pine tree is a blaze, and then there's a placard on back where we'll continue on with the spur. But for now, we're headed this way because we know there's a bathroom with running water and picnic tables down here. Just off of the trail, it's this nice little display going over furnaces that they used to operate here at Greenwood Furnace. How they were built, how they function, which is pretty neat. Then over here is one of the old furnaces, iron smelting furnaces. And there was I think the original one was right there behind that tree. And then they rebuilt this one to be better. It's pretty cool. And we're back on the standing stone. Greenwood Spur. Fire towers, 2.8 miles.
So we're just heading along. It's kind of a narrow path just carved into the side of the mountain. Pretty steep drop off down to a stream there. It's a decent uphill. Pretty well graded for you. But it definitely warmed us up. Got us out of the wind too. Beautiful section of trail through here.
So we just crossed the old road back there, and it has brought us right to the base of the fire tower. When you come out on that road, not any good signage which way to go. You just keep going straight like you'd think you would, and it brings you right here to the fire tower. You can't see it right now because it's a tree in the way, but get around the other side of this big old pine tree. Broad Mountain Fire Tower. This is the highest point on the standing stone, right here. Coming down the back side of Broad Mountain, ran into a short side trail. It says view 300 feet. Like, all right, well, that's not that far, so we'll come out here and see if it's worth it. I think it was.
I think so.
That's nice.
Colors are finally starting to go for us.
It's a beautiful section right through here.
Gorgeous. And look how big these trees are. When I think about out west, big timber, this is the sort of stuff I think about. And it's really cool that we're able to still see stuff like this here in Pennsylvania. I mean, these are just some massive trees. Really, really neat. This area definitely did not disappoint.
Got a great little bridge built for us. It's actually got an arch in this second section here, you'll see. It's a pretty good bridge. A really, really beautiful little stream running under it. Yeah, it doesn't, you don't get water much clearer than that. Cutting down through the laurel.
still hiking on. Got another beautiful section of stream. Very easy to access from the trail. You need to get some water. And right on the other side, it's by far the biggest campsite we've seen in terms of a primitive site. They've got all kinds of seating, opportunities for both hammocks and some tents.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, this is really close to the end of the trail, but I guess if you were hiking the Great Eastern Trail, this would be noteworthy that there are several other sites we've also passed through this section. All right, folks, the end is in sight. Right here, where we link back up with the Mid-State Trail, and the Standing Stone Trail ends. Awesome. Yep, this is Standing Stone Greenwood Spur. Mid-State continues north that way, and Dave pointed out to the south that way. All right, everybody, that brings us to a successful conclusion of our Standing Stone northbound through hike. Really glad we were able to rip this off in the days we had planned and be able to set a new PR as far as hiking. Long mileage, that was definitely good.
About 10 miles. 10 miles more than the last longest one we've done.
We're thinking our next goal is to try to break 100, so this was a nice intermediate step to be able to do that. Highly recommend this trail as far as the vistas, and you can day hike into a lot of them, be able to enjoy them that way. But
as a through hike right now, it needs a little work.
The
camping in a few sections was a little sparse, but obviously we're here, so it's possible.
Yeah, the signage and blazing and everything was great, but the campsites are just kind of hard right now in the state that it's in, with a lot of game lands and,
a lot of private land.
Some private ground. But if they can work on that, getting some more campsites established, this definitely has opportunity to be one of the premier hiking trails in the state. So with that, we'll leave you folks, and as always, have fun, be safe, and embrace the uphill. Till next time, this is Vista Ventures.